Dr. Bernard Lown worked to protect people's health both from disease and from destruction. He developed the direct current defibrillator and other ways to prevent sudden cardiac death. But the Nobel Committee honored him with the Peace Prize on behalf of the organization he co-founded, International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War. It was for that work that South Bridge, connecting Lewiston and Auburn, has been renamed the Bernard Lown Peace Bridge. Today, we welcome him into the Maine Jewish Hall of Fame. Son Fred Lown is here to accept the honor.
So I am here on behalf, along with my sisters, on behalf of my father. I'd like to say that and I know my sisters feel the same way, that it's a great honor to be here for my father, but we're also here for my grandfather, who is being inducted into the Jewish Hall of Fame. So we have two family members. You'll hear about my grandfather in a few moments. My father turned 97 in June, and when he first heard that he was being inducted, he called me and said, "We have to talk." And I said, "Sure." I mean, I see him 3-4 times a week, but we had to talk about this talk. And he said, "What are you going to say?" I said, "I haven't really thought about it yet. It's still a few months away." He says, "Think about it." So about a week ago, he calls me up. He says, "Have you thought about it?" I said, "Yes, I've thought about it." He said, "Well, you need to come over, because I've also thought about it." So I come over, and he's in front of his computer. He was on page 643 of his memoir, and he's only in 1983. He's planning on living to 110 in order to finish it, which I think is great, and he's in terrific health. So he says, "I have some thoughts about what I'd like you to say." I said, "Okay, so do I." He says, "Get out a pen." So I take out a pen, and he dictates notes to me. So these are the notes from my father. But last night, my wife, Barbara, and I are in our hotel room in Portland, beautiful new hotel, AC Marriott, which is built on the concept of minimalism. So we had no clock in our room. So he calls me, and he says, "So are you prepared?" I said, "Of course I'm prepared. You gave it to me." He said, "You think it's good?" I said, "Yeah, it's fine, Dad. Yeah, good night." At 7 o'clock this morning, I get a call. He wakes up my wife and I, and he says, "I left out a few key words." He said, "Do you have your pen available?" I said, "Well, I have my iPhone." He says, "I don't trust the iPhone. Get your pen out." Okay, enough. So these are the words of our Father, who is not yet in heaven. I spent only 7 years of my youth in the state of Maine, yet it left an indelible impact on the next 8 decades of my life. I learned English. I acculturated into American life. I became politicized by the great Lewiston shoe strike of 1937. And I had a unique education at the University of Maine in the honors program. In Lewiston, where I lived, I met a role model in Dr. Hirschler, a German refugee who inspired me into a lifetime commitment to medicine. I received 5 honorary degrees from Maine's higher educational institutions and the naming of the Lown Peace Bridge, which was just mentioned, across the Androscoggin River connecting Lewiston and Auburn. My life has been devoted to decreasing cardiovascular mortality, to improving the art of doctoring, and to eliminating nuclear weapons and wars. These convictions have flowed from my Jewish heritage. I take pride in the fact that my 3 children, this is the part he forgot. I take pride in the fact that my 3 children, Fred, Anne, and Naomi, who are representing me here, had memorable summers with their fellow Jewish campers at Camp Lown in Oakland, Maine. And I've met a number of you today who have memories from Camp Lown. Among many honors, the event today in Portland will loom large in my many remaining years. Thank you.
Dr. Bernard Lown, recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize in 1985 on behalf of the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War, an organization which he co-founded with Soviet cardiologist Yevgeny Chesov, has effected major advancements in medical technology on an international scale throughout his medical career. Dr. Lown is the original developer of the direct current defibrillator for cardiac resuscitation and the cardioverter for correcting rapid, disordered heart rhythms, and he introduced a new use for the drug lidocaine to control heartbeat disturbances. Dr. Lown has focused on 2 major medical challenges throughout his career: the problem of sudden cardiac death, which claims nearly 500,000 lives every year in the United States, and the role of psychological stress on the cardiovascular system. In 2008, Governor John Baldacci signed into law an act renaming South Bridge, which connects Lewiston and Auburn, to the Bernard Lown Peace Bridge. Born to a Jewish family in Lithuania, the son of a distinguished businessman, Dr. Lown immigrated with his family to the United States at the age of 14. He graduated summa cum laude from the University of Maine and received an MD from Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine in 1945. Dr. Lown is professor of cardiology emeritus at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health and senior physician emeritus at the Brigham and Women's Hospital. He is the founder of the Lown Cardiovascular Center and Lown Cardiovascular Research Foundation. He recently founded the Lown Institute, which aims to reform both the healthcare system and society. Dr. Lown has been a principal and leader of Physicians for Social Responsibility, the Committee of Responsibility for War-Injured Vietnamese Children, and International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War. He has received 24 honorary degrees, including 5 from the state of Maine.